Again, like I mentioned, think Amber Alert, but for a different population. I'm joined now here in studio by State Rep Gina Johnson with District 78. Thank you so much for being here. This really caught my eye because obviously we have Amber Alerts. Everyone knows what an Amber Alert is. This is, like I've said it a couple times now, very similar, but for a different group of people. You are the one who put forth this piece of legislation. Tell me a little bit more about it.
It's House Bill 4362, just passed out of Families and Veterans Committee today. And because Amber Alert is already in place, and we already have that same alert system for severe weather, imminent danger, it doesn't cost the state any more money to use the same system, regulated and implemented through the Michigan State Police for silver. It's a silver alert for the elderly, the silver-haired people, and vulnerable adult population. We've seen other states do this, and we just copied it because it's good legislation, and we were able to get it at least through committee today.
And I know that, just here in our newsroom, we're often putting out pictures of people who, maybe they reside in some sort of a facility to help with a disability and they wander off and, they need medication or they're not able to communicate clearly, something like that. Or, an elderly person maybe who has dementia, Alzheimer's, and again, really cannot be wandering around alone. We put those pictures out here on the news, but this would be something, just like an Amber Alert that we get on our phones, same thing, really.
Right, and we've seen it many times with older adults. They're fine taking the regular walk. They're fine going to the grocery store, whatever their regular habits are. And then all of a sudden, they can't remember how to get back home.
Yeah.
And it's gradual, but it feels like all of a sudden because that's the day they couldn't get back on their own. In extreme heat, which we don't have very much in Michigan, but
it's dangerous.
It can happen. It's happening now. And definitely the colder weather, it can be very dangerous. It can be a time-sensitive issue. This just puts the emergency into tens of thousands of people's hands right away. All eyes in the community on the same person, whether children, now Silver Alert. I've heard people talk about Green Alert for veterans. We're not sure what will happen, but either way, this doesn't cost anybody, the taxpayer, any more money because we already have the system in place.
Yeah, and like you said, this is in place in other states. This hasn't ever been a thing here in Michigan. Has it in the past or anything like that?
No, otherwise I wouldn't be introducing it.
Yeah, definitely. And as far as your response that you've received, from Republicans, Democrats, what's kind of the response been on your end to it?
I see no opposition. If there is, they haven't spoken yet. I see no reason why this won't go easily through the House and the Senate and the governor sign off on this. It's just a no-nonsense, no-brainer piece of legislation to just keep us all safer and keep our community working together for people like this.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, it passed out of the committee today, so on to the next step. As far as anything else you want folks to know, it's pretty simple and straightforward, just taking a system we already have, like you've said, expanding it to another group that could really benefit from, that widespread notification. Any other details or anything for folks to know at home?
No, I just think it's encouraging and it gives people more hope to know there's more systems in place to do what we would want to do anyway.
Yeah.
But we just didn't have the permission to use the system in this way. You get severe weather alerts.
Yeah.
And it'll be no different on your phone. Let's use the phone they're using the phone for bad purposes. This is a good purpose. We're going to keep using it for good reasons, good resources available to us already.
Okay, State Representative Gina Johnson, thanks so much for joining us here on Evening Plus. Again, we will keep folks at home updated on where this piece of legislation goes and if it is eventually signed into law. We are going to take a quick break.